Channel 6 and Strata Networks present live high school football coverage in high definition. Made possible by Ashley Regional, CrossFit Avenue, L&L Motor, Moon Lake Electric, Pilot Logistics Services, and the Advisor Group.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the beautiful city of Altamont. I'm Mark Mason. With me is Brian Baldwin for another production of VTV Channel 6 High School Uinta Basin action. And Brian, we missed the opening kickoff, but Altamont tried to surprise the visiting team with an onside kick, and it was unsuccessful. So they'll have good starting field position here at the 43-yard line with an end-around sweep.
And that goes for just 3 yards. Yeah, a man in motion and a sweep, which is what they try to do to spread the field out early on in the game. And that's number 13, Luke Crosby. As you can see, the motion right there, and it's just a simple handoff. Altamont, though, closes that edge real fast, obviously watching some film and knowing what to expect right away. Just maybe 3 or 4 yards on that run right there.
Both teams rely really heavily upon the rush, and we see it right from the opening tip. I kind of like the move, onside kick right to start the game.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I don't know if you weren't with me the game when I was talking about my Xbox Live experiences, but you know, you don't punt, you don't do anything but an onside kick. Why not? The chances are always there for it. Why not take it?
Well, I like the 4-down philosophy. You know, a lot of coaches will say, no, it's too risky, too risky. So the read option works really well for the Cowboys. He breaks a big run, Brian, gets himself all the way down to the 22nd. That's a quarterback, and you see that play has become really, really, really in vogue. You know, you see it from the prep level all the way up to the pros, and the quarterback just reads, and he looks right there, sees what the end does. The end came up and took out the runner, so the quarterback kept it, went right up the middle. Big gain for the Cowboys. Now they're in the red zone at the 20-yard line of the Longhorns.
Well, you see it's almost like instead of creating a pocket for the passer, the offensive lineman created a pocket right up the middle. Those plays where they're 3-4 yards deep in the backfield are there for the play to develop, and that's where the quarterback can read and watch it develop, and it also spreads it out with the different options.
When you look at the way the Longhorns line is set up, there's no real middle linebacker presence, so if you miss that assignment on that read option, if you miss the first tackle, that's what happens, big gain. This is a shorter gain. They gain about 4 yards on first down, so we make it about 2nd and 6. And so far the Cowboys completely on the ground.
Well, you can see Altamont over pursuing along the edge a little bit, so he makes that cut up. We saw that against Emory with Union. Emory would get that ball and just make a right angle cut, and you saw him do that kind of on that sweep right there. He made that cut because Altamont was over pursuing the edge, and that's going to keep the middle open like we saw on that quarterback keep just a couple plays ago. See if Altamont adjusts any right here.
Get that man in motion. They hand it off to him. Looks like the Longhorns do what they have to do. They just keep extending that line of scrimmage so there's no corner. So number 21 just runs out of real estate and then gets tackled for a small loss to bring up 3rd and about 8.
Altamont definitely pursuing very well on this. Now, this type of offense is a patient offense. This is a 10-12 play drive they're trying to do here. They're just trying to widen the field. They go to the wide side there. They're just trying to extend it, keep Altamont kind of on their heels in every part of the field. Look for another quarterback keep, though, on one of these.
You watch the speed of Brady Farnsworth, and he's playing on that outside, you know, kind of the defensive back position, and he just extends. There's nowhere to go. Try to the quarterback keeper, number 54. That's Talent Giants on the tackle. Nice stop. Brings up 4th down, but 4th.
Too far for a field goal, probably. Too close to punt, obviously. They're on the 20. But
it depends on your kicker. You're talking about a 31-yard field goal from the spot of the ball. And, you know, there's some prep kickers that can do that. They come out, look like they're going to go for it. 4th and 6, big play for the Cowboys and the Longhorns defense. Here's the first test of the evening, Brian.
And watch for just some extension of the field again. Nope, they're going to pass.
Throws it. It's high. Oh, he almost catches his own tip. But that's what the defense likes to see, the old tip drill, the ball in the air. But it's turnover on downs. Great stand by the Longhorn defense, and they get to set up for the first time here On offense,
just a simple crossing pattern. Once he cleared that middle linebacker, he got in front of the safety, and he was open. Just a better pass would have made the completion right there. The first pass of the day for Kanab is incomplete, and it's a turnover on downs. So looking forward to seeing Altamont come out with their offense.
Boy, this game's brought to us streaming live on Strata WebView at strata.tv. We'll be rebroadcast on VTV Cable Channel 6 and in high definition on Channel 706. And that's the fun part, watching these at home. Quarterback keeper, he makes the first guy miss, picks up the first down. Nice 12-yard scamper.
Well, the quarterback, did you see the receivers, how wide they were? Once again, Altamont's trying to do the same. The field's about 50 yards wide, so those receivers are way out wide. Take the safeties and the cornerback deep. Quarterback's only got 4 guys to beat for a 10-yard gain.
Well, that's Dylan Lindsay, and you'll remember from the basketball season, you know, what he was doing. If you'll remember the Tabiona game, Dylan Lindsay was just going mano a mano against the Tabiona offense, and it was and he's a three-way star here. He can play all the sports, keeps it right here, gets tackled after a short gain about 2 yards. But he's an electric athlete. It's fun to watch him play.
Another keeper by Dylan Lindsay.
Well, you watch the quarterback right there, and it's a fake handoff. I mean, he's trying to run the option, but it's almost like a quarterback follow, like he was expecting the defensive lineman to make the tackle there and find an opening right next to it. But the Kanab defense did a great job of kind of compiling over that quarterback with more than just a couple people on duty right there.
Yeah, you saw Austin Abbott come in late under the huddle. Austin's a tight end. He's a sophomore.
Once again, receivers, especially on the near side, as wide as you can get. On the other side, they're spread out a little bit more.
4 wide, and it's a designed run play, and sometimes that's all you're trying to do when you put out 4 receivers, and what you're hoping is you spread the defense enough so you're going to give a little bit of room for Riley Foy to get some, get a running lane. He picks up a couple of yards, but brings up 3rd and about 5.
It was the defensive end there. He broke off the block and then was able to kind of collapse down in that hole, and he made initial contact where the other defensive linemen and middle linebackers were able to come up and help. But that defensive end, let's watch him tonight, see how well he does on contain if Altamont does try to go outside.
And you see the way both defenses are playing. Nice run. Makes the first guy miss. That's a first down. Riley Foy with a nice run, and he brings it up across midfield. Oh, excuse me, it's the 46-yard line. I thought he was at the midfield line, but 45-yard line. Riley Foy with a nice tackle. And what I was talking about just before, you've got the 3 down linemen, and then you bring up 2 ends on the outside. So essentially you've got 5 on the line, and both defenses are playing the same way. And like say, if you miss with those front 5 guys, usually you're in the second layer of the defense. It is a big gain. And Riley Foy with a nice run. Back to Dylan, he keeps it, makes the first guy miss, but does get back to just the original line of scrimmage at the 45-yard line.
Well, the play before that, the defensive end was sucked in, and that looks like that's their responsibility. And 2 plays in a row going left first and then right. Altamont has bounced it outside. Watch the defensive ends. They come in, and the quarterback tries to use the speed to get out, but the number 64 right there, defensive tackle, was in before he could make that decision. Now, if Altamont can stop that initial pressure by the defensive lineman, the defensive ends can come down, then Altamont's going to be able to run outside. Let's see if they can do that, but a 2nd and 10 right now. And Altamont's just thrown that one ball. Or no, they went to pass that first time, but the quarterback scrambled. That's what I'm thinking. They passed, but here he goes passing again.
Dylan Lindsay looks to pass, gets it out, hits his man. That's Riley Foy for about a 6-yard gain. Well, Brian, I was looking at the roster while you were talking about number 64. His name is Morgan Barton for the Cowboys. Would you believe that big boy is a freshman? 6 foot, 200-pound freshman.
Look how he's getting into that backfield.
Boy, he's going to be a force to reckon with for the
Kanab Cowboys.
Wow. Now that's an
Cowboys.
impressive player. You look at a guy 6 foot, 200 pounds, you think, oh, he's got to be a junior, senior. That's a freshman there on the defensive line. Here they come out in that 4-wide set again in the pistol formation. Lindsay looks, hands off.
Going outside.
Riley's got the corner. He's going to get the first down. Well, he's going to be just short of the first down. Depends on which linesman they go with. They have him marked at the 45. That should be good enough for a first down to move the chains.
It is. And you can see them trying to go outside as 13 gets sucked in right there. But the pursuit from the backside for Kanab, number 72 right there, that pursuit from the backside is what really stopped that play. I mean, Altamont spreading those receivers out and taking the receivers off, so the cornerbacks have to spread out the field and cover, and they're trying to hit that outside. But look at that 5-man front by Kanab. It's going to be hard to run up the middle all day, so Altamont's going to continue to work that outside, and we've got a timeout on the field.
Well, you talk about both teams running basically the same offense, same defense, and you see that a lot of times on this 1A prep level. You know, you don't have the talent pool to draw from, so you do a lot of the running game. Now it's just which line can get a better push, who can control the line of scrimmage. Right now, Altamont's line is doing a fabulous job coming down on those seal blocks on the corners, and Riley Foy, he's got the wheels to get around the corner, and then when things break down, we've seen Dylan Lindsay do some magic of his own. I got a question for you. Last night we were at the UNO homecoming game.
Yeah.
Red and white. Tonight we're up here at Altamont, red and white.
Yeah.
And they're all doing the pink sock thing.
Well, haven't you been watching the NFL this last weekend?
Yeah, but
even the refs' flags were pink in the NFL. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Yeah, I saw those pink flags the first game I was watching on Sunday.
It drove me nuts because then all the pink towels that the teams use too are pink, so you don't know if it's a flag or a towel on the ground.
That's exactly my point. When do you know it's a foul or not? Yeah, they got to get away from those pink. But yeah, the red and pink's going on me. Dylan Lindsay to throw. He's got a guy. Oh no, it's he's well covered, and we probably a little bit fortunate. Randy Sorensen had to come and make an adjustment and go back to his outside shoulder. Dylan Lindsay threw it in about the right spot, but the safety was deep.
Receivers cross on the right-hand side. One does a post. The other one looks like it's either a fly or a deeper post. No, he's doing a corner, but it was just a bad throw.
It was a bad throw, and he was covered. Merrill Terry from the Cowboys was covering him, and it was in pretty good position on that throw. But Lindsay put it in a spot where it couldn't be intercepted. He just couldn't be caught.
In a situation like that, I'd like to see that corner go more toward the sideline where the safety was up top. The corner's got to kind of cut it short and go to the sideline. That's up to the quarterback to lead him there as well. Back to pass again in a simple post route.
Wow, boy, he took a lick. Lindsay put it on him, but you're running across the middle. And that takes some courage, and I'll tell you what, right now, Randy Sorensen took a shot right when the ball was delivered. Here you'll see on the replay, he comes across the middle, catches, and just gets lit up by number 26 from the
here's
Longhorns.
72 in the action as well.
Yeah, Hayden Jones, a senior, 165 pounds.
He's a middle linebacker is where he's lining up right now, so he's back in pass coverage right there. Just a post route that would have given him a first down. That ball hit him in the chest right at the marker. So 3rd and 10, and Altamont probably in a similar situation. If they get 5 yards here, they'll probably go for it on 4th.
Yeah, this is kind of that, you get a lot. If you punt it, likely goes in the end zone, so you don't get a lot of yardage. Not a lot lost. Lindsay on a carry. He's got blockers out front. He only gets about 3 yards. So 4th and about 7 yards.
Let's see what they do. No punt unit coming on unless the quarterback's the punter.
We'll say this is the Ask Brian segment of the show. You seem to be,
go for it.
Omniscient. You know what's coming at all the other games that we've been to while you've been reporting on the sideline. Yeah. By the way, welcome up to the booth.
Thank you.
Yeah, we've had you on the sidelines. That's been kind of a fun wrinkle. We've got to work out some of the kinks with the microphones, but that's been fun to have a guy down there on the field knowing what's going on.
Trips right.
4th down, another design carry, and they sniff it out and stop him short. There's a flag on the play, Brian, right at the end. The dirty laundry comes out. That could be a drive-saving penalty depending on who they call it on.
Yeah, it'll be 5 yards short of the first down. Trips, they were trying to get some additional blockers. The receivers cracking down, but the quarterback actually could have taken that a lot wider, maybe gotten some more yardage.
Personal foul. That's going to be a 15-yard penalty, and that extends the Longhorn drive. Boy, it couldn't have come at a better time, and I didn't watch the replay. I was waiting to see what the referee did. I wonder if we can bring the replay back up and see what happened. Doesn't look like we'll get that.
Well, we showed the replay already, but I didn't see the personal foul. Did they give like a face mask or anything?
Face mask, maybe a late hit. I'm not sure. The flag definitely came in very late. Wow, well, that's a fortunate break for the Longhorns. Here we go. Drive continues. They're now at the 25-yard line.
Here's the replay right here.
And the personal foul is going to come on that far side.
I don't see it.
Boy.
I don't see it.
Yeah, it happened really fast if it happened at all. So
different formation here as they get closer to the end zone. 2 running backs.
Got the up back, and they hand it up to number 3. He gets about 4 yards.
Brady Farnsworth and carry up the middle, picks up about 3 yards.
I said number 3. I believe
No, you're
it was
right.
number 1.
No,
Brady.
it is number 3. I don't know. I was thinking it was number 1 for a minute. Sometimes the numbers are hard. Oh, it was
the
one.
number 1.
Yeah.
Excuse me. It was Brady Farnsworth on the carry. Gets about 4 yards on the play.
Okay, so just a single receiver each side with the tight end now and the 2 running backs in the backfield.
Yeah, they got Riley Foy in the up back position. They got Brady Farnsworth second.
Fumble.
And there's a fumble.
It
It looks like the Cowboys might have it.
Yeah, the beanbag came out. It looks like they did jump on it, but no signal, so it must be third down.
Okay, third down. So
Yeah.
fortunately, Dylan Lindsay was able to get back on it. You take for granted that center quarterback exchange,
Yeah.
But it's really one of the harder parts of the whole the whole play.
Well, the
most
quarterback's
crucial
reading the
part.
defense, and his eyes can get up, and he may think he can just catch that ball, kind of not really focusing on the ball, and sometimes it just happens that you misjudge it, and it just goes right off the fingertips. So it's 3rd and 11 with that 6-yard loss right there. With a minute 28, these quarters go by fast when the teams are running teams, and we've got 2 receivers each side. They're going to spread it out. Now a timeout on Altamont's side.
I want to thank the advisor group for sponsoring tonight's game. Financial planning, benefit packages, insurance, and retirement plans. We have a specialized team to help meet your needs. We are the firm of firms, the advisor group. Well, last night it grew on me too, and I think I'm used to it, the pink and the red. I like it.
Well, I did that today at school when I was teaching. I had this pink undershirt, and I was wearing a red shirt, just like Altamont red shirt, right on top of this.
Oh, yeah.
And I was thinking, boy, pink and red, do I? But no.
Though, any more the way the kids dress,
Yeah.
the worse the combinations, the more in style you are.
Exactly. I remember my 9th grade teacher in junior high, him talking about, have you ever seen a girl wearing like a red shirt with pink polka dots? Your eyes kind of just go, "Rrr." Now that's like the norm.
Yeah.
Now it's every day.
Yeah, there used to be a show when I was a kid, Punky Brewster. And she
Oh,
wore the
no,
worst,
I like
the
that
worst,
show, too.
Yeah, the worst combinations ever. But now that's how all the kids dress.
We should show some
Here
of the
comes the
kids
reverse.
it's a fake reverse.
Oh,
He's
fake
got it around
reverse.
the right.
He's still got the ball. He's got the first down, and he gets pushed out of bounds. And about looks like the 12-yard line. Whoa, he fooled me. He fooled the Cowboys. And Dylan Lindsay picks up a nice first down. Here you'll see on the replay, here comes the reverse action. I just completely misread it. And boy, look at the blocking. Oh, I'll tell you what, that blocking, you got number 20, Riley Foy, out there lead blocking. He made it so Dylan Lindsay didn't even get contact until he had the first down.
All right, so 1 receiver down and 2 running backs and a tight end and a receiver up top. Quarterback spinning.
He's got it open.
Wide
Man,
open.
he hits him right in stride. It looks like he's going to get very close to the first down. Doesn't quite get it. That's
got the
number
first down.
99, Remington Funk.
He's got the first down, but it is a 1st and 1 from the 1-yard line. Look at this, a simple spin by the quarterback, but a crossing route is all it was.
Well, Funk lines up as the right tight end, and he goes out and he fakes the block, and then he just runs right in front of where all the linebackers are, and a beautiful strike hits him in stride. And boy, Funk just about gets himself 6 points right there. But from the 1-yard line, right now, I don't see any sign that the Cowboys are going to be able to stop the Longhorns. They've been able to pretty much dictate where they want to go on the field. Look for action right up the middle. They do. They hand it up to Foy. He gets stuffed, and here comes the push. Was it enough?
He got it.
They got the signal for the touchdown. So with 24 seconds left in the first period, the Longhorns strike first, 6-0 over the Cowboys.
Look at this replay, just a straight dive up the middle, and then even quarterback gets involved pushing that pile, and he finally gets the ball across before his momentum was stopped by Kanab. And so with 24 seconds left on the first quarter clock, it's 6-0 Altamont and lining up for the PAT.
Looks like they're going to kick it. Riley, the multi-purpose back, he kicks, he runs, he blocks.
And he's got it.
That makes it 7-0 with 24.9 seconds left. Well, tonight's game is brought to you by CrossFit Avenue. Family and student discounts. No matter your fitness level, if you have the desire, CrossFit Avenue can train you. CrossFit Avenue on North Vernal Avenue in Vernal.
All right, a couple push-ups there by 7 push-ups by the ladies, and hopefully
Yeah,
they get a workout tonight.
Yeah, we were at the homecoming game last night, and they had
47 points.
There was a couple of them head bobbing there at the end. They were just whipping their ponytails up and down. Yeah, we got to get these girls to push-up school. Get that good plank position, straight backs. It's easy when it's only 7.
Yeah, well, and then it's not like UNS scored a whole lot of points this year in any one particular game.
Yeah, so they had the one game they had 42 points against Green River.
Oh, cheerleaders don't travel.
Yeah, that's true. They're doing push-ups in their mind. So.
Yeah, and those sometimes are a little bit tougher too.
Well, they had the onside kick, tried to surprise the Cowboys at the beginning of the game. Let's see if what they have in store this time. They're lining up.
Like I say, just onside it every time. There you go.
Yeah, there's another onside
Don't touch
kick.
it. Don't touch it. Don't
it didn't
touch
go
it.
10
Don't
yards.
touch it. Don't touch it. Oh, the
Yeah,
coaches.
so it's going to be a penalty, but in this case, it just turns into
just
Cowboys
spotted the
ball
foul.
at the 47-yard line.
Oh, you know what?
And why not?
Why? Seriously.
Yeah.
Why not? So far, we haven't seen a punt. We've seen both teams go for it on 4th. And so far, we've seen 2 onside kicks. That's my kind of game.
Yep.
That's how football should be. Don't concede and give the other team the ball. Make the other team earn the ball.
Yeah, and that shows a lot of confidence in your defensive structure. Saying, hey, we don't care if we give you the ball on our 47-yard line. We're going to stop you. Come and get us. And here's the snap. It's high. He changed it. Oh, wow. I'll tell you what. They didn't have a prayer. Austin Abbott coming off the end, and he had some help from number 54, Talon Giants. And there was nowhere for him to go. You'll see on the replay, they were both in the backfield before anything happened.
It looks like middle linebacker and defensive end just coming in and collapsing like they're supposed to. The defensive ends here, they're basically coming down and collapsing and letting the middle linebackers do a little bit of scraping and whatnot. Hey, we're at the end of one, Mark. 7-0 Altamont.
We're going to take a break. We'll see you at the beginning of the second quarter.
Amplify.
Okay, back at Altamont. Kanab down to Altamont 7-0. Now, Kanab has traditionally had a very good football program.
Yeah, they
they traveled a long way to come up here. This is not a 1A North game. This is an inter region game, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
However, it's lined up now. I don't know if it's lined up differently than it was last year or the year before, but Kanab way down south on the border of Arizona.
Right. Yeah, well, they've got to basically travel a long ways to get anywhere.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly.
You don't get to Kanab easily. It's about like coming to Altamont.
Nice.
Oh, nice strike to number 26. Right off the bat, right at the beginning of the second period.
Just a quick 3-step drop. It looked like maybe a post pattern. We'll see the replay here in just a moment. But Kanab expanding the field a little bit, try to run up the middle, and Altamont just basically demolished it. One thing I think Kanab is figuring out, they've just got to find out where Altamont's focus is at the time and go opposite of that.
Boy, and Dylan Lindsay saves the play, but Hayden Jones running up the middle, basically uncontested. And what a strike from the Cowboy quarterback. Hits him in stride, moves the chains. They're up at the 30-yard line, and it's business time now for the Cowboys. Up the middle. Boy, and this is a case where the passing game has now opened up the running game because the safeties have to be a little bit concerned with those guys running the patterns now. It's not just run, run, run.
Watch the backer. You see the backer here for Altamont. He actually dropped in coverage immediately. Number 10 did for Altamont. He wasn't coming up to help up the middle. So you're exactly right. The passing game is opening things up.
Yeah, that Riley Foy and Dylan Lindsay both took 2 steps back before they came forward. And they remember the pass play, the one that caught 17-yard completion right there. So here we go, second, about 4. Excuse me.
Pass play.
Handoff. No, fake handoff, and he's got a completion. There's no Cowboy in sight. He's running free. And he gets tackled down at about the 10. Looks like they're going to mark him about the 7-yard line.
So first and goal for Kanab. And look at him he kind of hides the ball behind him a little bit, trying to sell this fake. Watch the quarterback, hides it behind him.
Boy, and you look at number 13 for the Cowboys, there was nobody in red around. And that was a well-designed play and better execution from the quarterback because, like you say, he had that football on your hip. You'd hear coaches talk about that. And Luke Crosby was the lucky recipient of that pass.
Well, we've got an injury on the field. Let's take a minute break, Mark.
Okay, we'll come back after a short break from a word from our sponsors. Injured player was an Altamont player, Brian. It was Danon Perry.
And he walked off on his own power.
Yeah, walks off on his own power, and just a little gingerly. He'll be fine.
So first and goal for the Cowboys.
So they'll reset the clock with 10:15 left. Cowboys are knocking on the door, and this is the time for the you want that bend but don't break theory. So here's the spot where you don't break on the 7-yard line. First and goal. Cowboys in a motion right now. Here comes the play.
Quarterback
right up the middle, and he's got the touchdown.
Well, they haven't run that motion in a while, and Altamont was loaded heavily on that side, and that was a perfect play call because more than one of them went with the fake sweep, and the quarterback saw that, and he was able to pull it. Well, you can see they're pretty loaded right here, and then all three of them actually went after that running back, and it just opened that hole up.
Yeah, and Merrill Terry for the Cowboys went in untouched. Good blocking, but it's the design of the play that opens that up for Merrill, and he scores the touchdown. 6-7, Altamont leads. Cowboys line up for the extra point. It's never a given on the prep level. Let's see if something good can happen for the Longhorns. Oh, and there's some motion. Who are they going to call it against? Because both sides of the line were going crazy.
I think the defense drew him off. I think that's what usually you can just go like this and call it, but I think the defense drew him off, and so it's going to be half the goal. Watch, see, he moves after the defense starts.
So we got the encroachment, and you can't hardly blame number 99. That's Remington Funk. He's coming in. He's thinking block. He's trying to jump that count, and now
no more kick. They're going to go for it.
Yeah, when you get half the distance there. Why not? And they scored fairly easily on the design run play for the quarterback keeper earlier. And Merrill Terry can throw too, so he's a dual threat right here. They've got 4 receivers, the single back, and then pistol formation. Merrill gets the ball, and it's a handoff, and looks like he's got it. Yes.
Yep,
okay,
he does.
So it's going to be 8-7. Kanab leads Altamont with 9:55 left in the second period. Both offenses kind of dictating the tempo on the defensive side.
See here, he steps left, gets the ball, and then goes back right. It's just the standard play you see. 3 yards back in the backfield. If you don't have the blocking scheme, you cannot run that.
No.
But if you do, and you've got a running back who can spot a hole, this type of offense is really innovative. I mean, it really stretches the field.
Yeah. When we started seeing that pistol formation, it came out of Nevada.
Yeah.
Was
that Kaepernick?
Yeah, Kaepernick, back in college, and it quickly grabbed hold. Oregon took it. And then you saw a bunch of the pro players start to play it. You had Washington running it last year.
Well, every team, I guarantee you, has a couple of those plays in the playbook. I've seen it in some of the games I've watched this last week that weren't even all that athletic quarterback. But if they can see a trend in the defense where that quarterback, even a slow one like Andy Dalton, I saw run for a 10-yard run the other day, you see that every team's got it.
The day I see Peyton Manning running that read option. then we know it's gone somewhere, right?
Yeah. Well, Peyton, you don't have to worry about it because he's just so good.
He
So good of a thrower.
He scored on a naked bootleg on Sunday.
Oh well, I don't watch the Broncos. Sorry.
it was the first time he'd scored a running touchdown in 6 years.
Well,
So,
when both teams combined score 12 touchdowns in a game.
yeah,
it's
it was a 7-on-7 passing drill.
Yeah. There you go. Kanab's kicking off.
Deep kick, fielded about the 15-yard line, gets up, makes the first couple of miss. He's still running. He gets tackled about the 38-yard line. Nice run by Brady.
Was able to get it out to about the 40-yard line.
All right, so 60-yard field.
Well, they kick it deep. Number 3, Brady Farnsworth catches it. And you can watch this blocking set up. And there's that classic wedge, and it opens right there. And that's when he gets through the first line of the defense. And then at about the 38-yard line, he gets hit pretty hard. But Brady Farnsworth with just a gorgeous run back sets up the Longhorns with good field position to start.
And the Longhorns, similar formation, pistol again with their wide receivers a little bit wider than Kanab likes to do. And they bunch them up. Oh, that was a miscommunication.
Nothing there, but it looks like it's going to turn into a nice play.
5 yards. But watch, running back goes left side. Quarterback is holding the ball out right. And you can see that it's a true option because the quarterback's eyes are still up as he's doing this. Oh, then he's like, wait a sec.
Nothing there. I'll go ahead and just keep it. Anytime you can pick up first down, 5 yards on first down, that's a successful start to your drive.
So 2nd and 5. And the receivers bunched on each side, too.
Well, we've seen Lindsey has quite a cannon. He does the keeper where he follows his back. He gets the first down, and he cuts back inside instead of going out of bounds, and that picks him up about another 6 yards after he got the first down. Nice play by Dylan Lindsey. Head up the whole time, seeing what the defense is going to give him. Wow, look at that. He bounces it outside as soon as he saw all the lanes are filled, and he gets up there. Just a nice play. Well, tonight's game is brought to us by Ashley Regional Medical Center. They have 2 locations, Vernal and Roosevelt. The Roosevelt Clinic offers full services, lab, x-ray, women's health, including OB services. Ashley Regional Medical Center. Lindsey hands off this time, and he's going to get about 4. It looks like Riley touches his knee down after about a 4-yard gain. And I don't know if he got hit, Brian, or did he just stumble coming out of the gate?
Well, he kind of turned that corner right there, and then he did get kind of tripped up a little bit. You know that was a called play, not a true option, because he's going that way the whole way. But I like what I've seen so far. We do have a timeout on the field with 8:01 remaining second quarter. I like what I see in these running games.
Well, yeah, you've got, and you know, what I like about this 1A level. The tackler for the Cowboys, Drake Franklin, he's also a freshman. So you've got guys that are going to play 4 years of football, on the varsity level and contribute and do things like this, meaningful contribution.
And by the time they are seniors, they are so fundamentally sound. Even more so than some of the big schools where the guys only get 1 or 2 years of varsity experience. These seniors, by the time they're seniors, they are fundamentally sound. I guarantee you a 1A All-Star team of all seniors could probably take most 3A, 4A
Yeah, they've got a little bit more experience. They're playing against the bigger competition. And nothing replaces the big game experience, the Friday Night Lights.
Yeah. All right, trips right this time. And he's giving it up the middle, but nothing whatsoever.
Boy, lucky to maintain his position at the original line of scrimmage. Well played by the Cowboy line. That's going to bring up about 3rd and 7.
Just trying to spread out the field a little bit, but giving it up the middle, and Kanab just look at that defensive tackle take on that block and hold it. Sometimes you think, all you got to do is just shed that blocker off you. No, sometimes it's best, and I'm talking about 77 on the Cowboys. Sometimes it's best to hold up that offensive lineman and then read the running back, and then you can shuck the lineman to one side or the other.
Yeah, if you shuck him too early, then the running back's going to see where you're at and go opposite of you, and it frees up. There's a pass.
Screen pass.
Oh, and he doesn't catch it. That goes out to Remington Funk.
Just a quick bullet pass or a bullet screen is what they do. It's basically an extension of the running game.
You see what happens, and the big tall guys don't like to catch the ball down low. You see it hits him about the knee pad level, and that's just a hard ball to catch. You're trying to move forward on the field, and Funk's got the other idea.
Now it's 4th down and 6.
Yeah, 4th and 6. They're on the 40-yard line. No question they're going to go for it. A really aggressive style of coaching for the Altamont coach. He's going to go for it. We've got a false start, I believe.
If it's defensive penalty, this will be a very doable 4th down. But whenever that back judge is looking toward the offense when he grabs that ball to mark it off, you know it's against the offense.
Yeah, we got the false start.
So now it's 4th and 11.
I think it was Brady Farnsworth leaving early, but we'll see here on the replay. You're going to see somebody. Yeah, I think Brady just kind of rocked forward on it, and then they got the call.
All right, so 4th and 11. Kanab with their 5-man front. Look at that. They're basically in 3 different levels. They're in a 5-3-3 with 3 backers there, 2 cornerbacks, and then 1 safety over the top. Altamont, 2 receivers bunched on each side in pistol formation.
Got to get to the 32-yard line for the first down. There's a jump right there. He gets back, resets himself. The ball's very short.
Well,
Funk had no chance to catch it. And that's going to be a turnover on down on the
fans want an encroachment, but that is a high school. Well, I saw his left foot go right before that line, and the ball was right on the line. So technically, that defensive lineman did not cross over that. Well, maybe he did. The way they're spotting the ball right now, maybe he did, but it just didn't look like on the replay there that the foot went over the ball past the neutral zone.
Definitely right close. We were in some gray area. We're at home for the Altamont Longhorns, so we wanted the call to go the other way. I want to give the microphone down to some of these fans when they're screaming like that.
Good defense.
There we go. We got a stuff for no gain on first down. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
Watch on the replay. How the wide receiver coming across, he kind of the snap came a little late for him, I think. He was kind of expecting something totally different. For those of you in the trailer, we lost all audio in our headphones, but we'll keep going.
Yeah, I don't know if they can hear us or not. We're just going to keep talking like they can. And then we're back.
Okay, we can hear ourselves.
So
again.
In case the folks that lost us back at home for a minute, we lost ourselves. But, what was once lost is now found, Brian. So back away we go. 2nd and 10. Longhorns want to do something special here. There's going to be a timeout to the Cowboys.
6:23 on the clock, 2nd quarter. 8-7 is the score. That's what that penalty got you on defense was an extra point for the Kanab Cowboys.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's a tie game.
Yeah, that could be costly. Tonight's game is brought to us by L&L Motor. People people who care. Become a fan and like L&L on Facebook to be entered into one of their weekly drawings. Yeah, we were kind of talking about that last night. We got to get L&L to come do the pass, punt, and kick.
At these other schools as well, yeah.
Right, they're. I get it.
They do it at Union.
I know their store's only a block and a half away from the Union High School, but we're all customers of L&L.
Oh, yeah. I need a car.
Right. Especially us here at the VTV Channel 6. We appreciate all the sponsors that help us do this. In every game we talk about how much fun it is and what kind of community support makes this possible. Thanks to all our sponsors. So here we go. We're back up. Line of scrimmage after the timeout. 2nd and 10 to go. Cowboys look at the read option. A little flare pass out to the flat. He's got a little bit of room. He's going to get the first down. And he's got one man to beat. Can he do it? No. He does not get past Brady Farnsworth.
20-yard line.
But he does get down to the 30-yard gain, 32-yard gain.
Cramp.
Darn it. Yeah, he's got some leg issues going there. He's out of bounds, so they're going to let him do his thing.
So fake run, they back off. He steps back for that flare, and a good seal block on the outside, and just one guy to beat right there.
Yeah, there's some gorgeous. And Chad Southwick, number 21 for the Cowboys, he needs to go back and thank the guys blocking for him because it's real easy to scamper 30 yards when nobody touches you. And he's still slowly getting out the field, Brian, and his whole team went out to help him.
At first, it kind of looked like just cramps. Up the middle, look at that room, and he cuts it out. Touchdown.
Boy, he's still going, and it's a touchdown. Well, Dang, what looked like just a great stance there at midfield turns into a touchdown on 2 consecutive plays for the Cowboys.
They go about 50 yards on those 2 plays.
Well, what other high school besides Kanab or perhaps Altamont would you see a guy wearing Under Armour camo on the football? Did you see that?
I didn't.
We're going to have to go back to this. You'll see coming right back up in here. No, we didn't get far enough into the replay. Under Armour camo at the high school football game. Little Duck Dynasty, channeling their inner Duck Dynasty, and for the kick, and it's good.
So 15-7 now the score in favor of Kanab over Altamont, 6:05, and they scored relatively quick because it was 7-0 at the end of 1, and we're only halfway through the second quarter here on VTV. And a nice kick, and he doesn't have much leg for anything more than that, so expect him to go.
Yeah, if you're much past the 15-yard line, there's not really much of a possibility of kicking anything. So, and both teams are showing us aggressive tactics tonight. Onside kicks, going for it on 4th down. Just a couple of minor miscues stopped the last Longhorn drive, so we know they're capable of going down and scoring, and they're going to try to reload right here and try to get close to tying it up. And, they could with a 2-point conversion. Tonight's game is brought to us by Moon Lake Electric. In operation since 1938. They are owned by the people they serve. Moon Lake is a cooperative, not privately owned. A cooperative. Would you call our relationship a cooperative?
At times.
Yeah. If you would cooperate, just be quiet more while I talk. If Dale would cooperate and give me a pay raise.
We'd like to thank Dale down in the trailer, and Tyler and the other folks down there, and also the the camera guys on the field. Is Devin up there in a scissor lift?
Yeah, Devin's in the scissor lift, and that's provided by Select Rentals. Select Rentals brings over the scissor lift. And he gets up there, and we're hearing kind of a mini lean-to booth. Oh,
he's
football
down,
on the ground.
He's down.
Okay, he's going to be on the ground. Well, they spotted at the 40. That's where the ball was recovered on the fumble. But anyway, he's up there, and there's no wind break. At least we've got a lean-to break in the wind a little bit.
Yeah.
Of course, you put me on the outside edge.
I was first one in. I figured I didn't want you to have to
first
crawl over me to
it's
get
like
to this
my
other
kids
side.
when they get to the car, front seat, called it. What do they call that? Shotgun?
Yeah. Well, I got to get the better spot.
They start calling shotgun. We're getting to the
There's
restaurant,
Devin. Look at that.
Yeah, he's up there in the Select Rentals.
And then you can see us. Hey, guys.
Oh, yeah, we're in the
new press
lead-to.
box.
Yeah, absolutely in the press box. This looks like the high school framing crew needs to finish up, put some fascia and soffit, some windows up for us.
Just a little bit of insulation. Yeah, space heater.
Soft leather couches would be nice.
Well, look at this, just a simple run up the middle. Just continue. Like I said, this offense requires you to be patient. You've just got to work every aspect of the field, up the middle, around each end, maybe a few passes here and there. You've got to keep the defense on their toes.
Well, and what happens, and both these teams are playing both ways, but when you're tired, tiredness favors the offense because the defense, offense, they got the excitement. Dylan Lindsay to pass, got a deep ball, contact, it's going to be pass interference at the 31-yard line. Oh, what a break for the Longhorns, and Randy Sorensen's coming in, and there's clear contact. It might have been a case where the ball was thrown over their heads, but the contact certainly slowed down his progress. Well, ends up being a big play.
And you can see there's definitely contact. Now, I believe that number 2, Merrill Terry's looking at the quarterback, looking at the ball, and he just gets in the way. But pass interference is pass interference. Yep. In high school, it doesn't matter if it's a catchable ball. If the ball's in the air and you're hitting the receiver, then it is pass interference.
And I forget, it's not a spot foul. I'm doing the the pro rules. It's where the foul happened at the 31-yard line, but it's a big enough foul that it moves the chains. It makes a first down. And that's one of these years I'm going to commit to learn the high school rule book. Not this year.
Well, there's just subtle differences.
So from the pistol formation,
do it again.
Lindsay to pass again. Nothing there. He's got a lot of running room. He cuts it back in. Oh, and they sniff him out. Boy, it sure looked like if he could make that first guy miss. It looks like it's number 50 for the Cowboys. Number 50's name is he's the unnamed player.
I'm going to look at this replay. It looks like he could have taken a little bit wider No, yeah, he cut it up. Well, I don't know. It looked like 13.
Yes,
Luke
Luke
Crosby. He had a pretty good position there. I was thinking he maybe could have cut that wider, but he tried to cut it up and make Crosby miss, and Crosby hasn't. And I've mentioned Crosby a couple times already today. He's doing a pretty good job of breaking down and then also keeping him from going outside, but they have exploited him a couple times. Look at these bunch receivers down on the bottom.
Yeah, you get trips to the right, and then Lindsey's got the design keeper, makes the first guy miss, but not much left there. And here comes a flag late.
Yeah, well, the reason I went oof is because he was wrapped up and then someone came tearing in just to make sure they could hit him hard. And the angle we had on that camera didn't quite show it as much, but just watch. He's wrapped up and then someone just comes in and just spears right there. See that?
Oh, yeah. Illegal use of the head is the call, personal foul, and then that's going to be a 15-yard penalty against the Cowboys. And the 15-yarder cost the Cowboys the first touchdown, if you'll recall. The drive had stalled. They got the personal foul, moved the chains. So 2 big penalties against the Cowboys, and it's got the Longhorns in scoring position right now at the 27-yard line. Boy, and it's such a hot topic. We talk about it every week. The head, the concussions.
Yeah.
They have the rules in place. The rules are there to protect the athletes. You just can't do that. You can't do the blows to the head. You can't lead with the head. You got to be aware of the rules. Here's a throw. Oh, and he just overthrows his intended target. That's number 1, Brady Farnsworth, out on the right edge.
What they did is they took 2 receivers and it looks like they crossed them in the middle, either a cross and a post, and then they took the inside guy and put him on a little out. You can see the inside guy kind of comes on a little out, and the other 2 go up the middle.
Well, he might have run his pattern just a little deep. If he'd have come up shallower and let those other 2 guys kind of clear the corners out for him. But then the throw is a little bit long from Lindsey anyway.
One thing I read today, things that were acceptable 20 years ago but aren't today. One of them is, laughing at someone who's stumbling on the football field after taking a big hit. This may be a legal formation. No. What I was thinking is all 3 of those receivers were off the line of scrimmage.
Well, you'll remember on ESPN, it couldn't have been maybe 5-6 years ago, they had a segment called Jack 'em Up. They'd show the biggest hits, and they were always the one where the guy just got destroyed. So here's the play, and they're spreading that trips right, and so far, we've seen a couple of passing actions, but typically when you get the trips right, we know there's going to be some kind of run play up the middle. That's been the prescribed play so far from the Longhorns. And the Cowboys seem to be tuning in on that a little bit themselves. 3rd down, about 7.
Keeper.
Design keeper's got some blocks. I think he's going to be a little bit short at the 20-yard line. But it's going to make it a manageable 4th down. And so far tonight, we have not seen Coach Wilcox shy away from calling the, going for the 4th down conversion at all. I don't expect him to change that at all at this point in the field.
That's just good defensive pursuit by the Kanab Cowboys. That defensive end, he wouldn't let him seal him inside, so he fought outside, made that quarterback cut up the middle, and there you have the help of defensive tackles and middle linebackers. And so I'm really impressed with these defensive ends and the different responsibilities that they're keeping.
Well, you saw there, number 70, that's Tony Brown. He realizes that they're down a man. He signals to the sideline to bring somebody in. So coming in late was Brock Harrison, and then at that point, they're kind of deep into the clock, and so they call a timeout. And this is a pretty critical 4th down anyway. So I like the fact that the coach calls a timeout. But, that's a heads-up play there by Tony Brown. He realizes they're a man down in the huddle. And usually that's the quarterback calling that in, saying, hey, we're down 1. But one of the linemen in this case, Brian, one of the big fellas, taking care of his team.
Yeah. Well, you got to teach football to all of your players. It's not the quarterback. They used to call them skill players, and then there were the linemen. And sometimes the linemen also got the bad rap for being dumb. But you got to teach football to everybody.
Well, and right now with the blocking schemes and all the assignments that the linemen are in charge of, especially in these more creative offenses, it's not just take the guy in front of you.
Yeah.
And the way they do these blitz schemes and all these kinds of things. These guys really have to be smart football players. 4th down and about 4.
Tight
Big
end.
Play right up the middle. Handoff and then stopped right away.
Who is that? That's 13. I've mentioned his name, Crosby. It looks like he just comes tearing down the line. Once he sees once he sees the movement come down the line, he goes from that top defensive end spot, and he just comes straight down the line. Or no, where did he come from?
Yeah,
you guys run that replay. I didn't even see where he came from.
Stuffs Brady Farnsworth for basically no gain on 4th down, so turnover on downs again for the Longhorns. They trail 7-15. And the Cowboys with 2:37 left. All we've got to do here is stop the big play. They scored basically on 2 big plays. You know, at 2:37 left, you don't want to give up any more points going into the half.
Well, here's the motion. See if they go outside. No, he's going to go the opposite way. It was a pitch.
Almost sniffed out right there, about 5 yards deep. I'll tell you what.
Altamont's not fooled. I mean, if you've got responsibilities in the option, if you've got to stay with that running back or the quarterback or whatever your option responsibilities are, that play should never work. Do you think he really has that many that's the Under Armour you're talking about.
The camo.
I'm looking at it kind of an angle, and I was like, are those tats? No, that's the Under Armour camo.
That's Madison Nate for number 72. And like I say, he's channeling his inner Duck Dynasty out there.
I was at the
UN. We got a problem. We see some switch here. Boy, I tell you what, the left receiver was uncovered for a second.
Oh, fumble! Get on the ball.
Oh, and he's going to lose about 5-6 yards on that.
That's okay. Now you can use your last time. Well, no, Altamont's out of timeouts. 1:45, but the clock's rolling. It is 3rd down, however. Now, last night at the UNA game, just a fumbled snap. I mean, he just loses it.
Yeah, that's just a case where he's turning around and break for the.
Last night, as the Ben Lomond players were coming back and forth between the locker rooms, one coach was like, "Oh man, the stuff I got to deal with." This was a Ben Lomond coach. I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Look at that guy. He's got little flashers. You know, like Karl Malone used to have in his shoes, the little flashers every time he steps." He's like, "My guy's got the little flashers on his legs."
Oh, geez.
You know that's not allowed, but it was actually pretty neat. So you got camo down here, and you got the flashers up there.
You got a stack receiver to the left here, stack receivers right. He's in trouble. He takes it down. They miss him on the first one. Oh, he's got the first down. Oh, man.
And the clock should stop. Okay, the clock does. I saw him. The clock should stop. It's not stopping.
They're not stopping the clock.
It's got to stop on 1st downs.
Yeah, they should stop
it. The refs are starting to. Yeah, the refs caught on to that pretty quick. All right, watch this. I mean, this is a broken play. It's a legit pass play. He's going back. He sees nobody, and then the pressure. He felt the pressure, but right up the middle, nobody's got the quarterback, and a couple missed tackles right there as well.
It was Dominic Stansfield that had a chance at him, but I'll tell you what happens right there. You know, the quarterback Merrill Terry just. A little juke move, a little stutter step, and it just freezes Dominic, and he just doesn't commit enough to it. And then by that time, he's the last guy standing. 1st down, but there's only 45 seconds left here in the period.
Well, they're adding some more time onto the clock.
There was at least a 10-second runoff from the point that you said it should have stopped. So they're going to bring it up from 45 to 58.
There you go.
You know, Brian, you know, you're always right. So they go ahead and reset it now. Now the clock is running. So the Cowboys, they got the stack receivers left and right again. He's looking to pass. He throws it. Oh, boy.
No.
They cannot call pass interference on
that.
Okay,
well, I'm anxious to see the replay. Did he have hands on his back or something?
Played a gorgeous series right there. You'll see Randy up there on the top of the screen. A little bit of contact as he cuts underneath him, but
that was good D. That was good D.
I really disagree with the call, and this is the time to hand the microphone up to the fans, because right now the Altamont faithful are in disbelief. 48 seconds left. That penalty brings them across midfield to the 49-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, we lost the receiver momentarily off the view of the camera, but you saw that defensive back come in and just step in front and knock it down. There was no pass interference there. Maybe they felt like they had to make up a call from earlier. I don't know.
Who knows? So they're going and look, design pass play. He throws. He's got a man.
Now number 3. Who's 3?
That's
who's
Farnsworth.
3?
That's going to be. No, excuse me. That's Randy Sorensen. Excuse me.
Randy. Let me talk to you, Randy.
Direct.
Randy, do not hold your hands up because we know you got jersey. Watch him get jersey, right? He gets jersey right there, but you don't lift up your hands like that, or you're bringing attention to the fact that you got jersey.
Yeah,
don't do that.
It's self calling I did pass interference. Look at me.
Yeah,
everyone
exactly.
Look at me.
He got jersey he just tugged on it once. It wasn't holding it. It's just a little tug, and no harm, no foul. But do not raise your hands like that. Nice D again.
Boy, I thought for sure that Remington Funk was going to cut in that, catch it, and go for 6. If that ball had been thrown even a foot lower, Funk was going away with it. You'll see on the replay, he reads it all the way. He steps right in front of the receiver.
Yep.
Fortunately, it was overthrown
if
for
it
the
was
Cowboys.
if it was a good pass, he's getting in there, he's swiping that away, making a better play, or he's running that back. It was just a simple 7-yard hook, but 40 seconds.
3rd down, 10 to go. Clearly they're looking to pass here. There's no design runs, and he brings it down. Oh, this time it's a keeper. He's got room.
Oh, no, missed tackle right there.
Missed
you can't do
tackles are
that.
costing the.
He's got it.
He's got a touchdown. Unbelievable that the Longhorns had several chances at him. And it's just Harold Terry doing his thing.
13 seconds this play took. Now watch this. Let's count the missed tackles. 1, 2.
This is the one that should have happened.
3,
right
4.
There. Stiff arm for Merrill.
Yeah, and that guy's
he gets
fast.
The corner,
He's
and
fast.
then his separation. He just
good reach there for the cone.
Brady
right there.
Farnsworth just tries to get enough of him to push it out of bounds. 21-7, Cowboys up.
Yeah, and because if you're wondering why they're going for a PAT and it's already 21, they actually had to go for a 2-point conversion. They didn't have to, but they went for a 2-point conversion earlier when they got a half the distance to the goal penalty on a PAT earlier.
Well, Cowboys take their 2nd timeout of the half. Tonight's game is brought to us by Pilot Logistics. Western Petroleum may have a new name, but they're still the same great company you can rely on. Pilot Logistics. We talked about this last night. Pilot Logistics bought Western Petroleum, and Pilot Logistics owns the Cleveland Browns. The owner, Jimmy Haslam.
Let's move him to Vernal.
Yeah, it's
and then start another Cleveland Browns.
So, by connection, I know a Western Petroleum employee who's owned by Pilot. So, by connection, I know Jimmy Haslam, one of the richest men in the world.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
And the Cleveland Browns are one of those teams that's on the rise.
Well, they traded Trent Richardson, and he was the 3rd overall pick last year.
For a future pick? Wasn't it a future pick?
Picks, that's all they got.
But
everyone thought they're just tanking for the season, and now
their defense is
they've
pretty
won
amazing.
3 in a row.
Yeah.
After starting 0-2, 3-2. Okay, 21-7. They haven't updated the scoreboard on the field yet. There's the
okay.
Going for 2 again. I guess kind of why not?
Wait,
No,
they called him out of bounds. We missed that, Mark. They called him out of bounds. That was not a touchdown.
Whoa, yeah, you're right, Brian.
We're thinking they're going for 2 right here.
While we're talking about Jimmy Haslam, we missed the fact that Brady Farnsworth has a touchdown-saving tackle. We're up here just all the guys calling radio for the Longhorns are laughing at us right now.
Well, we see the ref in the back right at the goal line.
Yeah, he raised
touchdown,
the touchdown, right? And I was kind of discouraged. I want to talk about something else.
So 2nd and goal now. It's just 25 seconds. So they've either got to pass or get this in right here. Or the clock's running.
He's got a roll out. It's short. It's on the turf. 3rd down, and the Longhorns defense is here to play.
Okay, now this is where, Mark, Altamont can really shift this game. They get the ball at the start of the 2nd half. If they hold on these next 2 downs, they can just kneel it down, and they can just go into the half down 8, realizing that all they got to do is take that opening drive down and tie the game.
Yeah, they'll get the ball back, and they can do it.
Okay, so 21 seconds left. Wow.
This is where we need to see the Longhorn faithful on their feet. Let's see what the defense can do. We've got 2 receivers to the left, one to the right. They bring the one on the right to motion. It's a handoff. It's a fake handoff, and he looks like he's got the touchdown.
He does. Okay, there's the signal finally. But wow, that's a dangerous play because guess what? If he didn't make that, which he almost didn't, that clock's running, and they're going to have to set up for a 4th down, which you don't want to do because you can't spike it. Watch this. He's tied up, and he's stopped right there. They nearly did not get it.
Boy, just his forward momentum got him across the pylon. I want to remind everyone that the halftime show is brought to you by Bigfoot Pro Shop, sponsor of high school football halftime performances. We've got you covered for all your outdoor adventures. Bigfoot Pro Shop.
Hey, in my defense, I actually can't see the scoreboard from where I'm at, so I didn't even know they changed it.
I was staring right at it. I just thought, it's the hometown scoreboard keeper, and he doesn't want to put the points up until he absolutely has to. And in the meantime, they're throwing the ball for what I thought was a 2-point conversion.
Yeah, me too. And I'm like, wait, 2nd down.
Yeah. Well, I'll be.
Well, you got to wait till the guy in the white cap signals touchdown. You can't just go with any one ref. You got to go with the white cap. When he does it, it's legit. Because I was thinking he was kind of close to the out of bounds, but I thought he got in when he dove for that cone. Yeah.
Well, apparently, it's a good thing we're not on The Apprentice.
Yeah.
Because I think Donald Trump would point at you right now, or point at me and say, you're fired.
I think the guy who owns the Cleveland Browns would fire us, too.
Jimmy Haslam?
Yeah.
No, he's in trouble right now for, kind of overcharging customers across the nation, You heard about that?
No.
For
Cleveland Browns tickets?
Yeah.
For the last couple of years?
Charging them for the last 9 years of futility? Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, gosh.
I'll have to relay that to you. I got a good personal friend. It was Perry Taylor owned the Western Petroleum Group before they sold out. I'll send him that joke via text, see what he thinks.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't really like the Cleveland Browns, so anytime I can joke about
them. Well, you're a Cincinnati guy, right?
Yeah. Battle of Ohio. Oh, that's a good field position right there.
It's got 12 seconds left. They're going to set him at the 40-yard line with that out-of-bounds kick.
Well, so one play, kneel it down. I mean, if you get a running play, the game's over. So you've really either got to go in the air or just kneel it down and go in the locker room.
35-yard line. Excuse me, I get my penalties mixed up. So they're going to put him at the 35-yard line. Well, I don't know. We're talking about Dylan Lindsay. He's an athletic kid.
Yeah.
The guy can throw the ball 50 yards downfield.
Well, you could have two passing plays. Get out of bounds, run a little out at midfield, and let him huck it.
Yeah, down 22-7 on your home field. Why not try to make something happen? They look like they're going to pass. They come out with the Cowboys formation, the stack receivers on both sides. He's going to go back to pass. A little bit pressure up the middle. He's got a receiver up. Oh, boy, and the safety just stepped up in the middle. Looked like he had him open for just a half second, but then the safety comes in from the top of your screen and nearly has an interception with 6 seconds left.
Watch this. I'd like to see this receiver kind of cut it down a little bit shorter. He cuts it deep, and the quarterback throws it deep. If he cut it a little bit shorter, he may have had a few more yards there.
Yeah,
in front of that safety.
You get in front of it, and Brady Farnsworth, he hit the ground kind of in frustration. He knows, boy, if he catches that ball, the way the safety played that ball, if he gets through and he catches it, that's 6.
I like a crossing route here, maybe a hook and ladder.
They're going to go to a draw play right up the middle, and it's going to get them 8 yards, but it's going to also end the half.
Yeah, maybe a first down, but the second the ball is, it's going.
Yeah, so that's going to end the half. We're going to go to the Bigfoot Pro Shop high school football halftime performance. Boy, it sounds easy to do all these things. We're going to see on the replay how they ended on a draw play, and I always despise the draw play at the end of the half. You just expose your guy to one more hit. If you're going to try to do it, try to score, but I'm not the coach. It's easy from 3 rows up. We're going to turn it over to our sponsors for a little break to hear a word from them, and then the
halftime performance.
Well, they're coming out here, Brian.
Well, is it because they got a first down and then they get to set the ball? They've got to snap the ball. Like the second they start the clock, he's got to snap the ball because there's about 2 seconds.
They're going to say 1 second on the clock. As soon as they say go.
Yeah, see?
Well, they spike it.
Well, there should be 1 second again.
So they spike it. Okay. Well, we were just.
Well,
we really wanted to get to that Bigfoot Pro Shop high school halftime performance.
That is the half now.
Now it's going to be the halftime. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Stay with us for the halftime performance, and we're going to join you at the beginning of the third period.
On your way to the great outdoors, stop by Bigfoot Pro Shop on North Vernal Avenue. We've got you covered. Bigfoot Pro Shop. Just look for the giant fly in the sky.
Tired of fast food type financial planning, benefits, and insurance plans? At the Advisor Group, we have specialized teams for financial planning, retirement plans, health benefits, and insurance. That's why we're the big city firm of firms for your local and professional needs.
cheerleader, and drill team. Let's give them a hand for that dance.
Moon Lake Electric has been a staple in the basin for 75 years. And though many things have changed through the years, one thing stays the same: our dedication to keeping the power on and our priority of doing that safely. We now have a Facebook page, which can be accessed through our website, allowing you to receive energy tips, outage reports, personnel changes, and feedback. Moon Lake Electric thanks its members and employees for 75 years of keeping the power on.
Western Petroleum may have changed their name to Pilot Logistics, but the employees that you have always counted on locally are still the ones here now. Pilot Logistics continues to provide the Uinta Basin with cardlock services, bulk fuels, lubes, and oils, just as they did when they were Western Petroleum. Call 789-1832 for information about the services offered by Pilot Logistics. Western Petroleum would like to thank all of their valued customers for the many years of providing services here in the Uinta Basin and look forward to serving you in the future as Pilot Logistics.
Having a baby is one of the most important events in your life. At Ashley Regional Medical Center, we are prepared to make that experience memorable by providing a secure and pleasant environment. When you arrive at our birthplace, you will be greeted by our award-winning OB nursing staff. Their desire is to make you as comfortable as possible and to provide you with all the information you need or want. You will be placed in one of our modern birthing suites. Family members are welcome, but only with your consent. During the labor process, the nursing staff will attend to your every need and monitor your progress. Your physician will be kept up to date by the nursing staff and attend you when it's time to deliver your bundle of joy. After your delivery, you will be taken to our beautiful and relaxing post-delivery rooms. Your care will still be monitored by our staff, and you and your baby will receive constant attention. Choose Ashley Regional Medical Center for your OB care.
With more towers locally and the only true 4G LTE network in the Uinta Basin, you get more with Strata Networks. Enjoy fewer dropped calls, the basin's fastest and most reliable network, nationwide coverage, and the latest technology that keeps you connected like never before. Visit us in Roosevelt or Vernal or call us at 622-5007. More speed, more power. 4G LTE, only from Strata Networks.
VTV Channel 6 and Strata Networks present live high school football coverage in high definition. Made possible by Ashley Regional, CrossFit Avenue, L&L Motor, Moon Lake Electric, Pilot Logistics Services, and the Advisor Group.
Welcome back to Altamont High School as they're getting ready for second half action. Kanab and the Cowboys coming up from southern Utah, that southeast corner, all the way up here to Altamont. 22-7 the score, start of the third quarter. Brian Baldwin, Mark Mason, thanks for joining us, and thanks for watching live on strata.tv and also rebroadcasted on VTV Channel 6 and 706 high definition anytime on the web after they do upload it there on the website.
Yeah, and while we got a couple of minutes, Brian, maybe we got to look at the remaining schedule. We've got tonight's game, and I look forward to always going down to the annual Altamont Duchesne.
Yes.
That's one of the biggest rivalries perhaps in the basin and maybe in the state.
Well,
and one of the big storylines right there is the Duchesne winning streak.
Yeah, Duchesne just having another stellar season once again. In fact, 3 years running, they haven't lost a game.
Yeah, you know, we were looking at that streak, which is incredibly, I can't remember if it's 36, 37, something like that games. They would only have to win about 30 more to tie the national record.
And it's very doable. I mean, you're already halfway there.
Yeah.
And Altamont's already proved that they've got the coaching, they've got the talent pool to compete year after year after year.
Yeah,
We've
they
seen it
just
for 7 years.
plug in new runners, and they just seem to just keep going. So, well, we see them warming up here, and one of my favorite things about high school football is it's an excuse to listen to some of my favorite music from back from my high school days.
Yeah, it's an excuse to sing like a girl, you know.
I don't think they made good music after 1993, did they?
No. Maybe No Doubt. No Doubt was after 93.
Well, yeah, you know, Gwen Stefani.
Come on, you like
Was
No
it more
Doubt.
about the music, or was it just because it was a blonde, tall, skinny girl singing?
It was Gwen Stefani, but no, I like some of her songs too.
Well, there you have it. Nothing good has happened to the music industry except for Gwen Stefani. So, you know what's the best part about this? You look out there on the 50-yard line, and the referees are getting warmed up, too. We always love to come to Altamont because you know they're just going to cook us up some of the coldest weather of the year. And without fail, the gracious hosts that Altamont, the city of Altamont is, again, well, I've got to tell you, yeah, we've got the
There we go. Well, with that loud music, then all of a sudden it just kind of cut out. It was like,
yeah, cut out, and also I could hear you very well.
yeah. Well, they're ready to get going, and Kanab is kicking off. Altamont started that the game with the play we missed with an onside kick, and Kanab, are they going to, yeah, they'll probably just kick it off as normal. But this game ready to go. Altamont's got to score on this drive, or they're going to be just, they're going to be scrounging the rest of the game.
Yeah, they get the ball first, 22-7. They need to score. There's no doubt about it.
Kick at the 8-yard line.
Here comes the return. He's got a lot of speed.
There you
he
go.
gets past
Look
the
at
first
that.
layer of the defense. Oh, and he just gets tripped up, and we're going to see a block in the back happen about the 40-yard line. It'll cost the Longhorns 10 yards. Probably start this drive from about the 30-yard line from the look of things. But look at the replay right here. He gets the ball, and Dylan Lindsay breaks through.
Yeah,
that
there's the
first,
block in the back right there.
Second, and then here comes the flag, and it does happen at about the 40-yard line, so they set the ball right on the 30. Still decent starting position. And Dylan Lindsay gets a great start to the beginning of the half here. We like to see that. You get your star going. You know, we talk about his stats for the season coming into tonight's game. Nearly had 1,000 yards rushing and 10 touchdowns. And you know that the
there's a miscommunication
play.
Right off the bat, miscommunication.
Well, I like what he did right there. He realized it's broke. Let's go.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't waste any time. It's, okay, we're done. I go up the middle.
Well, we've seen that twice now. Running back goes right. It almost looked like the running back was getting ready to pass block. Maybe just the whole play call was a miscommunication. I don't know.
Who gets to dress up as the Longhorn? How do they decide
Well,
who gets to dress up as the
typically
Longhorn?
you get someone who's somewhat gymnastic because they've got to be able to do the flips, but I haven't seen him do many flips.
No, with those big shoes on, I don't think he's doing anything quick.
Oh, nice play. Oh,
wow. Nice. He gets through it. Just about gets a first down. Nice individual effort from Riley Foley. Looks like he's wrapped up, and then he squirts out. It's going to make it about 3rd and 1.
Well, this is defensive. This is, let's see, linebacker play right there by number 3. He tries to wrap him up around the shoulders when you got to put that face mask in the numbers and wrap those arms around his lower back right there.
There's the Longhorn. You see him on the high-definition screen. Thanks to everyone that's tuning in at home to watch this. It could be a girl in that outfit.
It usually is.
Yeah,
it's what you least expect.
Right. There's the first down and a whole lot more. He stood on his feet, crosses midfield to the 43-yard line. Longhorn faithful going crazy right in front of us, ringing the cowbells.
The Cowboys, the Cowbells, because the Longhorns are now running over the Cowboys. But, yeah, that's just a great handoff right up the middle. Let's see how this block – I mean, it's just he's outrun his offensive lineman before you know it, and he's just way out ahead of everybody.
Well, and this is how the first drive went. You'll remember it was Riley Foy, back to Dylan Lindsay, Riley Foy, and they used their speed, and then somewhere in there, third and fourth drives, they just kind of slowed down, bogged down. A lot of dives up the middle and some missed passes. But this is the bread and butter of the Longhorn offense. And do what you do. Lindsey to throw. He's got a man open. He gets it to him, and he catches it. Oh no, they're going to call him out of bounds. Boy, Riley, excuse me. I think that was Randy Sorensen. Or was it number one? I can't tell from now. We're going to see it on the replay. He's wide open. He's just sitting there.
They had an out and they had a corner on that side.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
He came down on his left foot. If he'd have popped that right foot down, and that body control and footwork is something those receivers work on more and more these days. He just wasn't able to get his foot down. Came out of bounds. Referee was right on top of it. Here's a running play at the middle. Riley's got it. He's got to push from his line.
Yeah.
Here comes Dylan Lindsay with the assist, and he's going to get about 6 yards.
Right, just a simple dive out of that shotgun pistol formation, I should say. Just a straight dive, and you could just see all it was push. The linemen just pushing and just keeping with their block. That's what they're taught. I mean, you block until the whistle rings.
Well, you can call it a whistle. You can call it a bell.
Well, I said bell rings and it's whistle blown, but I'm just mixing it all up today. But
baby, whistle,
you play
baby.
until you hear something that signifies that you should stop. And that's great push by the offensive lineman right there. Trips right again.
Riley and Dylan doing the damage on this drive. They got the hard call. That's going to give them a first down right there with the jump. And you've seen the Cowboys do this on several of the Longhorn drives. They'll could have a costly mistake that moves the chains, and this does indeed give them a first down. So they're going to set up shop 1st and 10 from about the 33-yard line.
Well, he gave the signal for false start, but he got the team right. It was actually an encroachment, and it was on the Cowboys. The signal said false start, and you can see some of the refs say, no, it's this.
No, actually, that referee was just a 70s child, and he was doing the disco.
Yeah. There you go. Oh, keeper, and he nearly
blows
that play.
Look at his speed. Boy.
Look at his leg.
He comes down weird on that left leg. It gets out in front of him, but doesn't look to be serious, just kind of a little tweak.
I thought this play was blown up. Watch this. Watch this penetration in the backfield. I thought it was blown up right there. But
and he just uses speed to turn around. Ooh,
yeah.
Boy, you see that. Yeah.
It's just awkward to have your foot. I mean, he didn't have. If his cleat would have grabbed, it may have actually done a little bit more. He just kind of slipped out. His foot did.
Well, if I had done that, I would have blown out a hamstring, and I would have been in traction with my left leg for the next 5 months. But Dylan Lindsay, being who he is, he goes to look to pass. He's got him open.
Nice.
Oh, he dropped. Oh, what would have been? He could have ran all the way up to the U of the mountains on that catch. Remington Funk will remember that one in his nightmares.
And this ball is placed high enough that when the safety or the corner tries to jump the route for the pick right here, it just goes right over his head. See that? He tried to jump the route, and it just caused enough distraction to make him want to drop. See that random football just sitting in the middle of the end zone right there?
Yeah.
That wasn't the one they were playing with. One of the kids out there.
And you know what happens there? A guy goes through the ball, so you lose track of the ball. And they're going to give that to Riley. He goes up, and he gets
not quite enough.
Very close to the first down marker.
It's
boy, I'd like to have the 6 points that Remington Funk was just about to hang up on the scoreboard.
It's going to be short about a yard, I think. 4th down, though. They're going to have to go for it. So
here comes the play call. It's going to be brought in by Brock Harrison.
One thing that's interesting is looks like Kanab's made a few adjustments on their defensive line. I don't see Crosby on the defensive line anymore.
All they need is a yard here to extend this play. 4th down, Lindsey
there
keeper.
You go.
He got the first down.
Yes, he did. That's just great patience by the quarterback to just watch and see where that hole forms right there. Basically, he's just dancing around till he sees a hole form right there, and they had a pulling. They had some pulling action there on the line. 20. He wasn't a lineman, but he was coming over kind of to try to kick out anybody that needed to be kicked out. So very well blocked. It kind of opened up the hole. Crosby is now the nose guard. If you look right there on Kanab's side, So they've done some changes. He was playing defensive end earlier. Now he's the nose tackle. Now quarterback's running out of room, and he's only got a couple yards right there.
Well, the pocket collapsed on Dylan Lindsay. You're going to see on the replay, he goes back to pass, and that pocket just disappeared on him. He steps up and realizes, I've just got to tuck and go. He might have had an outside lane, but doesn't see it. Does make something out of essentially nothing.
All right, so 2nd and 9, just 1 yard on that play, and they're in the red zone now. They're at the 19.5-yard line. Quarterback keep, but look at that. Oh, he's thrown down. Nice defense right there.
Well,
staying with the responsibilities is what he's doing.
Yeah.
He could have thought basically the ball was given to a running back up the middle and just let the quarterback go, but no, he stuck with his responsibilities.
Yeah,
you like to see that.
That's Morgan Barton comes in and just throws Dylan Lindsay down. No, not Morgan Barton. That's number 52. Excuse me. That's Cody Glover for the Cowboys, and he just muscles him to the ground. Big lineman like that, just.
It's a loss of
has
one.
Quarterbacks for Lindsay for lunch.
Yeah. Loss of one, so it's 3rd and 10. And still too far for a field goal, I think. So we'll see what
they've got the leg. There's a broken play. Lindsay makes somebody
nice
miss.
Play. Oh.
Gets it out there. Funk's not able to catch it. And Lindsay did everything he could under duress and hits Funk on the hands, but it was a little bit low on the pass and wasn't able to bring it in.
Well, he just kind of flung it out there. It would have been a great 7-yard gain right there. He would have gotten hit right as soon as he caught this. But watch, just a crossing pattern, flings it out there, and he would have gotten hit right away. Maybe a 5-yard gain. But instead of that 5-yard gain, it's 4th and 10 instead of 4th and 5.
4th and 10, and it's the 4th down conversions they haven't made that are the difference in the game. And here they come into the pistol formation. Dylan and Riley in the backfield. He goes back to pass. He sets his feet. He throws the ball.
That's a first
down.
down.
It's going to be a first down. Still got his feet, Brian. Did he get the pylon?
No, I think he's short.
They're signaling that he's down at very near the goal line.
His back knocked over the pylon, so his butt was down, and the ball was definitely not past the goal line there. And he just kind of fell into the pylon. But look at this body control, being able to stop before going out of bounds. Change direction. Oh, with that defender going right there.
Wow. Get him down about the 2.5-yard line. Beautiful catch and run by Randy Sorensen on the edge. And he had the near catch earlier in this drive. You remember, just put his foot out of bounds. But on 4th down, big conversion up under center. That's going to be a quarterback. Nope, he hands it off. And Riley still got his feet. And is he going to get there? He does.
Touchdown.
Riley on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th efforts gets the touchdown. 13-22 Longhorns. Nice opening drive here in the beginning of the 3rd period.
Watch this play. He right up the middle. Breaks 2 tackles right there. 2 more. And they're trying to tug him down, and he just fights his way in there.
Boy, I tell you what. It's textbook running style. You keep your body low, and you keep driving your legs. You never give up. And he just forces the issue until he scores the touchdown. Riley Foy with a nice series there. He and Dylan Lindsay kind of got back to the basics of the Longhorn offense. And by doing that, the PAT is kicked right into the back of the line.
And the problem with that is they are now down 9 points, Mark. That's a 2-score game.
Oh, yeah, that's a shame.
The kick just went straight into the crowd.
Yeah, it's not so much a block because it just never cleared the line.
Yeah, I mean, the kick never got a foot off the ground.
Well, that's Riley Foy. He's the do-everything guy. And you see right after, and even on the sideline right now, he's laying down on the ground, and they're stretching out his hamstrings. You know, the guy, he did a lot of work on that drive, and if your legs are tight like that, you're not going to be able to kick anything. And sure enough, right afterwards, you see the coach is working on him. He's on the ground, and they're stretching out his calves, actually. And he's not going to be in on the special teams play. But, you know, guys playing both ways, both halves. And
on a chilly
Longhorns,
night, too.
we can ill afford to have Riley Foy out of the game. Yeah, that chilly, the air temperature's not going to help, and he's clearly in some duress. And you see right after that kick, he grabs his legs.
And you could see that after the touchdown too, as he was walking back. You could see him kind of walking a little weird.
I thought that was just the old bow-leggedness of being a Cowboy.
Well, that's why I didn't mention it at the time. Devin Allred, thank you for being up there in the cold tonight. Mark,
oh, yeah, you can see
thank
him
you for being at the edge, Mark, over here.
To everyone. They stick me out on the edge, but I'm not afraid to get out here and in the almost press box, we'll call it.
Okay, onside. There, they got a chance to get it. Oh, it just kept rolling out of reach.
That works out really well because you think about where that ball lands. It's at the 34-yard line. Ends up being almost a recovered onside kick, but in the meantime, that's probably one of the worst starting field positions the Cowboys have had. And here's the chance for the Longhorn defense to shine.
Just too much of an angle downfield instead of toward the sideline. But you always risk the sideline. Well, I guess if it's before the 35, wherever it goes out of bounds is where you get the ball.
Right.
All right, the Cowboys up 9, 2-score game, 4:22 third quarter. And the wide open up the middle. That's an easy 15-yard gain right there. 17-yard gain at the end. There didn't seem like there was a whole lot of passion on defense right there.
Well, they got 9 cheerleaders down there. Have you ever heard 9 cheerleaders that are so loud in your life?
No. They're good.
I mean, those girls are belting it out. I'll tell you what. Maybe they got a career in yelling. Is there such a thing?
Yes. That pays for some people's college. All right, bunch of receivers on each side, and then a handoff up the middle. 2 yards this time. I mean, they just got 17 last play. So they're just going to keep fighting away at that. And, with the running game, Mark, the clock keeps ticking. So
yeah, tick,
3:40.
3:40. And, the Longhorn drive took 8 minutes off the clock. So they don't score in a hurry. So what they've got to do is get stiff here and get a turnover. Punt or something. They've got to make something happen. That was a nice play. Austin Abbott, number 33. You're going to see him playing this left edge. It's kind of the outside linebacker, kind of a hybrid linebacker. You see how close they play. 8 men in that box, and he's had a pretty good night. And the quarterback keeper there, and they sniff it out and they drag him down after he gets about 4. But Austin Seeker, quietly having a really strong night on the defensive side.
And with those 8 in the box right there, 7 or 8, I mean, you're still able to find those holes. That's just what that type of offense can give you.
Yeah, it's good blocking. It's the point of contact and understanding the zone that you're supposed to be blocking in. And the Cowboys are doing it well right now. Let's see if the Longhorns here on third down can get a stop. It goes to a throw. He catches it, and then he picks up the first down. He's still got his feet. And here comes a flag at the end of the play. We're probably going to be a face mask when he went down.
I don't see what else it could be. I didn't see any blocker in the back right there. We'll see what
Unless
the
there's some kind of cut block or some kind of thing happen on there. But generally, there's the face mask signal, yeah. Sure enough, against the Longhorns.
But it's just a 5-yard. It wasn't a personal foul. Do they segregate those in high school now? I'm having a hard time remembering if they have the 5 and the 15.
Well, we're going to find out here.
I think they're all 15.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No, okay, that was not
yard.
The personal foul. That's why he just did the face mask signal. He didn't go personal foul face mask.
Incidental, your hand gets up on the mask, and it doesn't pull the head down or anything, but it's up there.
Yeah, in high school, if you even touch the mask, if your hand is even over it and it looks like you've got your hand on the face mask, they'll call it. Look how tight these receivers are now after they were wide earlier. This makes me think.
They do this double stack, and it's so hard to decide what they're going to do. And then one will cross underneath, and here he comes crossing.
Oh.
And there's the handoff. He makes the first guy miss. He's got a lot of real estate. There's a hold on the play, so this is coming back no matter what. Riley Foy back in the game, and Riley Foy makes him pay for getting into that third layer of the defense. But regardless, it's a 10-yard penalty. They're going to put him back to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, once you saw this man in motion, as tight as those receivers are, you knew those receivers were going to be drawing the cornerbacks in and trying to seal block, so we had room to run on the outside. But with the holding foul, then they just go back again. I mean, that would have put them inside the 10-yard line. Instead, they're going to be snapping this next ball from the 40. or the 38 is where they're going to be snapping it from.
38-yard line.
2 minutes, 4 seconds. This third quarter's just cruising right along.
Let's cheer on that defense. Brings up a 1st and 20 for the Cowboys.
All right, now the receivers go back to wide. I wouldn't be surprised if they do a little bit more up the middle here.
Try to spread that defense out. And all night long, the Longhorns are content to just be on single coverage.
There you go, wide open, but horrible throw.
I tell you what, I think he's expecting an out pattern there, and his receiver ran a fly.
Either way, that receiver was 10 yards behind the nearest Altamont defender.
Wow, we dodged a bullet there. You're going to see here.
Right there. See, he just cruises past him.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
man.
Dylan Lindsay got caught with the old trick of looking in the backfield rather than running with his player. And, you know, on a team that predominantly runs, I can see how you get caught in that trap. And we dodged a bullet there.
Double stacks. 7 in the box. Now they're going to keep trying to go outside with the pass.
Oh, a big defensive stand right there. Big tackle. It makes it third. And a very long, about
27, 26 yards.
Yeah. Wow, you see a blitz come, they all come, and they all get there about the same time, but the Longhorn that was there first was McCoy Pace, number 55, who's a sophomore. Well, tonight's game is brought to you by Pilot Logistics. Western Petroleum may have a new name, but still the same great company you can rely on. Big third down play here, Brian. If they could stop him, get the ball back and score, this could be a very
crossing
important
pattern. There you go. Oh,
got his jersey.
If he didn't get that, oh man! If he didn't get that jersey, it would have been at least 6-7 more yards, and it's a 4th and 5.
You know who caught him right there was Funk, and if he can use those same hands to hang on to the football, maybe we can get a score right back here. But 4th and about 13.
The instructions are to stay in front of the safeties, and once he gets past that backer, and that backer stays in the middle of the field. I mean, we've seen them attempt that pass today. That's the first time they've actually completed it. But you just stay in front of the dropping safeties, and you get right past that middle linebacker. You've got a little bit of room to run if your quarterback can deliver.
Well,
and that's how he did.
I was wrong on that. It was Dylan Lindsay that caught the jersey, and Funk came to clean up the garbage. Anyway, 4th and 12. Big play for the Longhorns. Here comes the play. It's a rollout. He's still got the football. He throws it out, and it's incomplete. Turnover on downs.
Is he ambidextrous? He threw that left-handed. Is that the same quarterback?
Wow.
Did you see that? Watch this throw.
See on the replay, and he's so good at hiding the ball on his hip. You see he comes around here holding the ball on his hip, and with his left hand, he throws with lefty. Almost makes a completion, but even if he had completed it, he'd have been down at the original line of scrimmage. It would have been turnover on downs anyway. Yeah, he did throw that with his left hand.
Hey, good stand by Altamont. Now, the only problem is that missed PAT mark. They still got to get 2 scores.
2 scores, down by 9, 17 seconds left in the third period. Here they come, and you know they can control the clock, but they've got to do it quick. Hand off to Riley Foy, and he gets about 2.
And that's going to be the end of the third quarter here in Altamont. Altamont, great defensive stand right there with a sack of the quarterback and a couple penalties that were timely, but at the end of the third, down by 9, just a quick handoff up the middle to end the quarter.
Well, we're going to take a short break and hear a word from our sponsors. We'll be back at the 4th period.
Longhorns 13, Cowboys 22.
Amplify.
everyone, to VTV Channel 6 broadcast of the Uinta Basin High School football action here in the beautiful city of Altamont. And the Longhorns with the ball at the start of the fourth period, trailing by 9. They have to do it twice.
They have to score twice. Yeah, 2 scores because of missed PAT, missed opportunities.
Yeah, they've got to do it twice. Lindsey in the shotgun. He's got a blocker out front. He cuts up the corner and gets very close to a first down. It looks like it's going to be about 3rd and a yard.
Very doable.
And, yeah, very doable, especially with Wilcox's propensity to, it's 4 downs, doesn't matter where you are.
Well, look how far off that cornerback is playing. If you've got 3 receivers on that side and even just one needs to go in and cut, those other two receivers can run off that cornerback and a safety really easily. And that quarterback's just got to get around a seal block. Hopefully the block happens. And a coming middle linebacker, he's just got to outrun him. If that cornerback continues to play way off, you can see them trying to take advantage of that. You can see the outside backer coming down close, but the cornerback is way off. So look for some more seal blocks.
Blown play. Lindsey tries to tuck it up but loses 2 yards in the process. 4th and 3 coming up.
Just like that, it goes from 3rd and doable to 4th and a little scary now.
Wow, that's too bad. And Lindsey doing this several times tonight. Well, we've seen it happen 3 times. The blown play. And they must practice that. If it's not there, you go. He doesn't hesitate. As soon as he realizes there's nothing there, he just dives up the middle.
Okay, so 4th and 2. It looks like they gave him the benefit of a little bit of forward progression right there.
Well, the refs understand who's buttering the bread right now, right?
All right, so a doubles formation on each side.
Oh, there's a first down. We'll do it the easy way.
Well,
why don't we just do a hard snap and bring him off sides? And here we go.
A receiver moved, but it looks like the receiver was reacting to the defensive lineman. So defensive lineman came across first, and the receiver up top came across as well. But they got the defensive lineman first. It was
5 the easy way.
Knee-jerk reaction.
Yeah. You see motion. You're the receiver. You're out there on an island. You just, it's time to go, I guess.
Well, that's how you get a first down. And it was a hard count, too, obviously, because
you know how many times you're out there as a receiver and you're trying to remember the snap count?
No, because you're supposed to just watch the ball. Oh. That's what receivers are supposed to see. Look at the receivers. They're all watching the ball.
Watch the ball go.
You don't care about the snap count as a receiver.
Foy makes the first guy miss, gets the edge. Oh, and he gets pushed out of bounds just shy of the first down. Looks like about a 9.5-yard gain. Boy, Foy on those second and third efforts, and he does it again here. So much for cramping legs.
Well, look at this. The receivers come down and crack. Watch number 3 right there crack that middle backer, and that actually springs him because the middle backer, the one he cracked, was the one who came over and knocked him out of bounds. So you can see that crack block by that inside receiver sprung that for 8 yards. Now it is this is Mark. This is where a coach should take a chance on 2nd and a foot.
Just throw it downfield.
Yes, throw it down. But he doesn't. So
well, he picks up the first down, and that's the most important thing. Move the chains. Tonight's game is streaming live on StrataWebView at strata.tv. Brought to you tonight by Jiffy's Pawn Shop, proud sponsor of the StrataWebView live stream. Watch it live.
Just a quarterback follow right there. Ooh, what I'd like to see 20 do right there for Altamont is keep going through that hole.
Yeah,
sell the fake. Don't just I don't have the ball, so I'm going to stand here in the hole, because that was a quarterback follow. He's following that running back. That running back's got to clear the way. But, of course, 20's the one with the cramps that we saw earlier.
Well, the cramps didn't show their ugly head.
There you go. There's the chance.
Could be an interception. Oh, Will, we are fortunate. The quarterback for the Cowboys was deep, and he was about the only one that had a chance at it. Merrill Terry, and he kind of does a hesitation and doesn't bring the ball in, but, ooh, are we lucky.
Well, that was a double deep route. Both receivers kind of stopped running. They were just jogging there.
Yeah,
and the quarterback threw it up for both of them to kind of find their way to it.
Funk and Farnsworth, you saw him talking afterward. Were you supposed to go deep, or was I supposed to go deep?
Well, one was 5 yards behind the other. He's got the better 40 time right there.
Keeps it. Lindsey, stiff arm, doesn't get around the corner. Bring him down.
No. Let's see what goes on here. He keeps it. Obviously, he thinks it's jammed up the middle. Let's see if there's a potential block that could have been made right here. The receivers run. Well, it was a guy coming straight through the middle. No receiver really missed a block. They didn't really come hard cracking down, though. They kind of went into the secondary.
Yeah, he made the right call. There was a blitzing linebacker coming up the middle, and then that's what you're supposed to do on that read option. What is the defense giving you? Wasn't there up the middle, so he tries to break it outside. Good play by the Cowboys. Now to throw a 3rd and 10. Nothing there. He tucks it.
There you
now
go.
He throws
Look at that.
It, and it's high over Funk's head. Oh, that's too bad because Funk had a step, and if he could have hit him in stride, that would have been a big play.
Can I give you my observation right now? I don't think Altamont's running all that hard. Watch, he just kind of settles in the middle. If he continues to run a route, well, okay, he's running, but it seems like
you've seen some receivers kind of quit on their routes out there.
If they continue to run their routes, they may get open. Now, that wasn't a good throw, and the route was going deep. I want to see those routes cut through the middle of the field rather than continue to go deep. Because both times the quarterback's overthrown and nearly been picked off are routes that could have cut out toward the sideline.
Yeah, you're not making that hard, decisive cut, and you're running into the defense who's just sitting on their heels waiting. Here goes the pass, and it's overthrown everybody.
Yeah.
And the only one that had a chance at it was Brady Farnsworth, turnover on downs.
Well, and watch this play. I mean, he goes for the deep route, but the route that actually cuts up the middle that would have still been a first down had the whole middle of the field. You can't see it right here, but look at that middle of the field right there.
Yeah, he was
middle
open.
Of the field. He was a little bit more open than the double-covered Farnsworth right there for Altamont. So it is 1st and 10 now for Kanab.
8:54. That drive took 4 minutes. So 3 minutes and 6 seconds. Excuse me. So they've got to stop him here on defense. They need the ball back, and they need to score in a hurry. This is a time for the defense to create opportunities, turnovers, sacks, do something special. And here they come. They're looking at the quarterback. He gets the edge.
Blocking. Love it.
Oh, almost loses the football. Boy, you see right there he's coming out on the edge and holding it like only quarterbacks do, where they don't really quite protect it and nearly fumbles it.
Watch it blocked by the man in motion and then the receiver. Watch that block on 70 and then the running back right there.
Good seal block.
Yeah, those were 2 great blocks. But Altamont's got great pursuit. I mean, their defenders are all over the place.
Boy, I'll tell you what, right there, Dylan Lindsay nearly comes up with the play of the game on that strip. Quarterback for the Cowboys able to hang on to it. 2nd and 5. They moved the chains a couple of times, and we're going to start running out of time.
Oh.
Catch, but tackled short of the first down.
I was watching this guy the whole way. He was in motion. He came across the middle. He actually got a good little thumping from the middle linebacker, but then he kept going. It's almost like the quarterback was waiting for that hit from the middle linebacker right here. Here comes the hit, and then all of a sudden he's open. See that? It's just kind of a bump and go. I mean, that's within 5 yards, so it's a legal bump. But
legal bump. It looks like they were anticipating, like you say, waiting for Riley Foy to do that hit. And then once he clears it, well, then I'll give him the ball.
And what happened with the rest of the receivers went deep and cleared out underneath. All they have, and they've been watching film on Altamont, all they have is that middle linebacker in the middle.
We got the timeout. That's going to go Cowboy timeout. That's probably one of the better things that could happen for the Longhorns at this juncture in the game. Tonight's game brought to you by the Advisor Group. Financial planning, benefit packages, insurance, or retirement plans. We have a specialized team to help meet your needs. We are the firm of firms, the Advisor Group.
Shake your booty, Mark.
Well,
you ever seen a Longhorn down there shake his booty like that?
Yeah, that's what I'm interested to see is the Longhorn. Yeah, there it goes. Yeah, okay.
It was there.
Well, we missed it on TV. Oh, there he goes. We got it right on the right edge of the screen for you guys watching at home. Watch this Longhorn. It's pretty entertaining stuff with those big hooves. Oh, there he goes. That's a big shake booty right there. Booty shake.
There we go. Kanab, 3rd down and 3.
Quick
pass.
And that's a first down and a lot more. He's still on his feet, and here comes the Longhorns. Still can't get him down, and now he's got a drive from his teammates.
Oh, wow.
Boy,
look at that.
I tell you what, that looks like a rugby scrum.
That's
the
okay.
Cowboys won that version.
That's where you find out who's worked in the weight room a little bit more. But Altamont is spending a lot of energy trying to strip that ball, and you can see Crosby, as soon as he got that ball and he was anticipating that hit, he covered up with both arms right there. See that?
Yep.
Both arms. He's just sitting there. He's like, okay, come on, guys, push me.
Crosby's not – he doesn't have his feet on the ground. That is a 15-yard gain that we need to give to the Cowboys offensive line.
Oh, they should all go to the offensive line, Mark.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I'm an ex-offensive lineman.
Don't forget about the meatheads in the middle, right?
No, don't. All right, nice handoff up the middle, just a couple gain. You know, is that a fumble?
Ball on the ground, Longhorn ball, Brian. Here we go. We're in business. 6:49 left.
That's exactly what they needed. That's why you teach the drill. But you know, you wrap up and then you start tugging while you wait for your other teammates to come.
Swim through the ball. Here we go. We're going to see this handoff. It goes right up the middle, and then they start stripping, and the ball's on the ground immediately.
Right
and
there.
You see it's the number 45, I believe, that jumps on the ball for the Longhorns.
All right,
45,
that's great.
Dominic Stansfield, and that could be the game-saving play right there. Put Stansfield's name down on the list of potential Bluebell Corn Maze players of the game.
And this is Bluebell neighborhood right here.
Yeah, we got some Bluebell players out on the field right now.
There
He
you
throws
go.
deep.
Oh, he's
just been a little bit off all night. Funk wasn't able to make a play on that ball. The ball is just a bit behind him. He tries to go up high for it. Overthrown on everybody.
Well, both these receivers are running
it's
running
a similar
streaks.
pattern,
They're in the same vicinity the entire time. It's a four-seamer right there.
Yeah.
I mean, in that case, you know, maybe bring the inside receiver a little tighter and widen it out just a little bit. But these throws are just not on the money right now.
Yeah, Lindsey's had some success in the throwing game tonight. But the last few throws haven't gone the Longhorns' way, and they're trying to do it quick. It's 2nd and 10. He's got the run up the middle. He just about breaks it. That's Brady Farnsworth on the handoff, and it's just tripped up enough that he's not able to get broken free into that second level of the defense. Brings up 3rd and 7.
He's coming across right there. He makes that cut, and he just gets tripped up. If he doesn't get tripped up, man, that's 15 yards right there, at least.
Maybe 16. 15 and a half.
Well, at least. Here we go. Okay, they're keeping it a little tighter with the tight end and just one receiver on each side.
Brady again. Brady gets hit about 2 yards into the defensive line there.
Clock's starting to wind down. We're halfway through the fourth quarter.
4th down. 5 to go. If they don't do it here, it's not getting done. They've got to convert. 4th down and 5. We've seen him go away from Dylan Lindsey doing anything around the edge, and Riley Foy. And Riley had the leg cramps after the touchdown he scored earlier. That might be one of the reasons we're going to see Brady Farnsworth running more right now. So they go to that different formation where they have Farnsworth in the back. Riley Foy is the up back. Handoff is fake handoff, and then a throw. Oh boy, it had Riley Foy coming across.
Is it 4th down, 4th and 5 now?
It is a turnover on downs. That was the 4th down right there.
And, you know, a good throw on the money gets the first down right here. Watch this,
up
the middle and out. Nobody's on him. Nobody's on him. You got to just play catch. You just got to, he's falling down again. Is he cramping up again?
You can see his legs are tired. But he had the opening. Unfortunately, Dylan Lindsey's been a little bit off all night, and that time he just misses Riley Foy on that 4th and 5 conversion. Cowboys with the ball, 5:22 left. They're nursing a 9-point lead. All they have to do is avoid the critical mistakes at this point.
New formation, a little tighter from Kanab, but they're running wide. Altamont's doing a good job stopping that, but his cut up the middle, no one's there. So Altamont's, this is right back at the beginning of the game. Remember, a little bit of over pursuit.
Yeah.
And then Crosby just sees right up the middle. Oh, wait, these guys are running blind by me, and so I'm just going to cut it up right there. See that? A lot of people pursuing, and then he cuts it right back.
Tonight's game brought to you by CrossFit Avenue. Make sure you see the CrossFit on North Vernal Avenue. Hence the name CrossFit Avenue. Well, Brian, with the pace of the Longhorns offense, it's getting to the time right now where they've got to do something special really quickly. Well, they some kind of score on defense. They had the nice turnover there. Weren't able to do anything with it. Turned it over on downs. Timeout by the Cowboys, and the Cowboys continue to help us with the clock situation.
Well, they let it go down pretty far before they did call that timeout. They nearly used up all of their play clock right there. And 4:37, the clock just keeps ticking. Altamont's defense did what they were supposed to last time. They got the turnover. The offense just could not move the ball.
Yeah, I want to remind everyone that DVD copies, DVD and Blu-ray copies of tonight's game are available. You can go to VTVchannel6.com for information, or you can call the fine folks at VTV Channel 6 for your copy. We've got, what do we have? One game left on the schedule. Is that what we have left? Is it the Altamont, or is there 2 games left? Oh, there's the schedule. Monticello at Duchesne. That's going to be on the 16th. And then October 25th, Duchesne at Altamont.
We'll be back here in just a couple weeks.
Yeah, they've got the early game on the 16th due to the UEA, the fall break. But the big game that I'm looking forward to on the 25th. So here we go. Man in motion. Cuts it short.
There's that play across the middle again, but now they're going deep.
Wide open.
And
it's
intercepted.
Oh, you got to be kidding me!
Dang it.
You got to be kidding me! Brady Farnsworth has the interception. Bounces off his shoulder pads. The Cowboys catch it and score a touchdown. Wow, Brady Farnsworth played beautiful defense, did everything right except the ball bounced up in the air.
Look at it, boom, right into his hand.
Wow.
Man.
Yeah,
and he gets up, he doesn't even know what's going on until he finally gets up.
You got to be kidding me. And number 26, that's Hayden Jones, scores for the Cowboys. That makes it 28-13 for the conversion.
Well, they haven't added the points yet, Mark. Are we in the same? No, we're just kidding. This is a PAT. So it is good. 29-13 now the score here at Altamont. 4:27. Altamont, well, it is, 16 points. So two touchdowns and two two-point conversions.
Yeah, it's not impossible. Why don't we just get a score on the kickoff, then recover one of these onside kicks, and we're in business.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do this. We can do this easy. They practice this. It's the old 4-minute drill, right? Score in 30 seconds, then you got the 4-minute drill. You know, it's the semi-hurry-up offense, and here we go.
Lost item up in the booth. It's a little purse. If anybody's missing it, please come up in the booth and retrieve it.
Well, you know,
I thought I lost my little purse.
This is the fun part about being up here in the, these communities. We're sitting up here in the booth, and we get to hear everything that's going on. And there's a little purse, and it looks eerily similar to the one that you were carrying when we came in today. Yeah. Okay. Well, lost purse in the booth.
All right, Kanab to kick off.
Well, that's what you miss. You get to watch it at home when you're watching live on the Strata WebView, but you don't get to see the little things that happen out here on the field. Even in the cold, look at all the Altamont faithful out here.
Yeah, propane heaters everywhere.
Just one time, I'd like to see Altamont greet us with a 55-degree game.
Well,
would that be too much to ask?
Problem is, if we cover the Duchesne Altamont game up here every 2 years, it's always late in the season.
Yep. There's the kickoff. It's a low line drive.
Okay, score on it. Here we go.
Lindsey just gets tackled. He tries to spin out of trouble. He's at the 25-yard line. I think it's going to have to be up to the passing game, which hasn't served us well tonight. But Lindsey can connect. He's had some receivers open. Let's see what they can do. 4:25 left here in the period.
Well, look at that low line drive kick. It's actually the best kick of the night.
Yeah.
And therefore, he lets his coverage team get in better position. Because if you kick it short, your coverage team's not going to be in as good a position because the ball's not going to be in the air as long and not as much time to react and adjust. All right, let's see what they got. Here's a run.
Foy gets the corner.
Wow, nice
Balls
hit.
over a Cowboy. That's what happens when you mess with the Longhorn. Wow.
Cowboys got to learn them lessons, huh? Let's see. Watch this replay. Here we go.
Foy has a choice to try to dodge him or go through him. He takes option B.
Look at that forearm. He had a little forearm right there. That was good.
Well,
4 minutes.
Number 89 for the Cowboys is going to take home a little memory of tonight's game. It's going to be a sore back is what it's going to be.
Here we go.
Here's a throw outside. Oh, boy. And it's just been a little bit off all night. Just a little bit off. He had Randy Sorensen breaking to the sideline. If he hits him down lower, that's a catch and out of bounds, importantly, too.
Yeah.
Well, tonight's game is brought to us by Ashley Regional Medical Center. Ashley Regional provides the most technologically advanced radiology services in northeastern Utah, including the fantabulous Hawkeye 4 nuclear medicine machine.
Well, nothing there, maybe 3 yards. The problem is the clock keeps ticking, and Altamont's got all 3 timeouts. 3:40-ish on the clock right now, fourth quarter.
What is a Hawkeye 4 nuclear medicine machine?
It just cuts you and slices you in a lot of different ways electronically, I guess.
Hawkeye 4. It sounds like something you'd
From Iowa?
send an atomic bomb up in, like a intercontinental bomb.
Well, it probably feels like it going into some kind of bomb chamber.
Yeah.
But
Is that the thing that clicks when you're in it for the whole time?
oh no, Mark. Nice
Boom!
play.
There's a catch, and he's
Like
across midfield to the 47-yard line.
I like this route, Mark, because look, the receiver, one goes out, the other one kind of hooks.
Yeah.
And then he inches inward after the defender kind of blows by him. Watch. Let's see if we've got enough time. Yeah, we've got enough time for this replay. Watch this receiver at the bottom. You've got two
that's
different routes.
Brock
One
Harrison
going out
that catches
and
it.
one stopping right there. The defender goes out with the out and leaves him wide open. That's a great pass.
Well, Brock Harrison, quick little guy, and he's got in pursuit Travis Chamberlain, who's a he's a linebacker. And that's a mismatch because you can use your speed against him.
Nice.
Nice catch. Here we go.
Look at this.
Brings it up to the 34-yard line. 2:45 left.
Okay, one receiver goes deep. The other one cuts it across the middle, and he just kind of gets right by that middle backer. This is a good place
now
ball
the
right here.
Longhorns are running good patterns, and they're finding the little
Right
holes
before,
in the
yeah.
defense.
Right before that middle linebacker. Good pass.
And Lindsey's finding the range right now. He's getting some time to protect. And we're going to have a timeout from the Cowboys.
And it's their last timeout. They know that
we're gonna thank the Cowboys for calling a timeout there, because that ball was set and then the clock was starting to run. 2:30 left. Well.
You know Hawkeye and MASH.
Okay, so we're going back to the Ashley Regional Hawkeye Nuclear Medicine Machine. So Hawkeye, was he the crazy one that dressed up like a lady? He was always trying to get – no. Hawkeye was one of the surgeons. Yeah, he was one of the surgeons. Who was the crazy guy?
I don't know. I remember Radar.
Radar.
With the goggles.
Oh, yeah.
The Coke bottles for glasses.
So who's our crazy guy? Devin, the one that sits up in the scissor lift and freezes his tush off all
every
night long?
game.
Yeah. And then we just conveniently forget to bring him down. There was one night we were all cleaned up and just about ready to go, and Devin was still up in the scissor lift.
Well, I don't think he could move. I think he was frozen.
Yeah, he just, hey, guys, look up here.
Tried throwing him some red vines earlier. I think I knocked some people in the head in this game. I was trying to get him up there too. All right, doubles on each side. Let's see if Lindsey can. He fumbled. Seth, that's not what you want, but he got it. Look at that. He's got some room.
Wow, he's got a little bit of positive yardage out of what could have been just a flat disaster.
Yeah.
But the clock is running. 2:19 left.
All right, they're doing a little bit of hurry up. They're already lined up. Here we go.
Here's the hurry up. We got to do it. The ball snapped. Lindsey's got time to throw.
There
He
you
unloads.
go. Look at that.
Beep.
Oh, that's good
boy,
defense.
there's a lot of contact, but it's about the time the ball gets there. No call at the 7-yard line.
The receiver's going for the ball, but it looked like the defender was playing the receiver because the ball is overthrown. It was misjudged badly by both.
Well, you've been right all season long. You're playing down on the sideline, and we never second guess there. Lindsey takes, what looks to be a sack, and maybe a strip.
Touch of the ball, but it's going to be, is it fourth down now? Yeah, it's going to be fourth down.
Fourth down, but the clock is ticking at 1:54 left.
They got to just get a first down out of bounds. I'd like to see an out route with maybe the outside receiver going up long. Look at this. He just runs out of room. The great block right there by the offense. Oh, no, great. Should have blocked by 65 right there. And 52 from Kanab is the one who caused all the problems because 65 missed that block. He came back kind of like a guard coming back in the pocket a little bit to pick up that block, and he just whiffed, missed him. There's the stop.
Boy, what could have been an interception. Well,
it was a hook and a corner from the hook from the outside and a corner from the inside receiver, and he tried throwing that hook, and that was just played too well by Kanab. So Altamont's got 3 timeouts. I suppose they could call a timeout if Kanab tries to kneel on it right here, but 1 first down, and basically the game's over.
True enough. Want to thank all the sponsors that helped bring this game to us tonight from the beautiful city of Altamont. The Advisor Group, CrossFit Avenue, Ashley Regional Medical Center, L&L Motor, Moonlight Electric, and Pilot Logistics. Also want to thank Jiffy's Pawn Shop for bringing us the Strata WebView live stream, and Bigfoot Pro Shop for bringing us the halftime entertainment. Looks like they're content to just run this clock down.
1:12. It looks like Altamont's going to use their timeouts, maybe. Nope.
The clock
keeps
continues
going.
to run, and I think they understand the significance of a 2-score lead with only a minute and a half left.
Yeah. And so the clock will go down to probably about 45 seconds before the snap goes.
Well, Brian, we at this about the time with a minute left in the game, we need to talk about the Bluebell Corn Maze player of the game. We're going to send one lucky player and I don't know, maybe a date if they happen to have the courage to ask a lady out.
Let's. I know who I like.
Well, it was number 20.
Riley Foy.
Yeah, the play of the game to me was Riley Foy at the end zone where he stuffed not once, twice, third, and it was the fourth effort that puts him in.
And despite the cramps and everything, he was still in there. This looks like it's the game. 13 seconds, and they placed the ball after 25, so they're not even going to have to run one more snap. This is the game. Altamont.
Well, they played a nice game, and, there's just a couple of plays there that they'd like to have back. They're going to end up losing this game 29-13 to the visiting Cowboys. We're going to give the Bluebell Corn Maze player of the game to Riley Foy. He's going to get 2 tickets. Want to thank the crew that helped us bring this game to you tonight. Camera operators were Danny McKenna, Kylie Moore, Devin Allred. Graphics, Tyler Rasmussen. Audio and instant replay, Gerald Davies. Network engineer and live stream, Brent Simmons. Director, producer, Dale Allred. I'm Mark Mason. With me was Brian Baldwin. And Brian, any parting thoughts before we say goodnight to the people watching at home?
It's my first time doing an Altamont football game, and I've got to say I'm impressed with this new school. I'm impressed with the community, and this has been fun tonight. Thanks, Mark.
Well, yeah, it is enjoyable. They've got the beautiful field here, and they play a fun version of football. A lot of that ground attack. Weren't able to be successful tonight, but we want to thank them for hosting us. Thank the high school administration for making it possible for us to come and set up. I know it's an inconvenience, but the crowd at home likes to watch it, and we sure appreciate being here. We'll catch you October 16th at Duchesne for the next VTV Channel 6 coverage of Uinta Basin high school football action. Good night, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.
VTV Channel 6 and Strata Networks present live high school football coverage in high definition. Made possible by Ashley Regional, CrossFit Avenue, L&L Motor, Moon Lake Electric, Pilot Logistics Services, and the Advisor Group.